Welcome to the Internal Executive, where we explore ideas that are informed by the past to be our best selves and deal with life on our terms as much as possible. Today, I want to talk about how we differ and how we're similar to other animals on our planet. So who do you think you are? I mean, we spend so much time trying to get through the day, barely stop to think about what we actually are. If you look at the news or you listen to some experts, they'll tell you we're basically just high-functioning animals, biological machines that are just a little smarter at hunting and gathering. But if you really look at the evidence, the story does start to fall apart. There's a big difference between surviving and truly living. Are we just passengers in our bodies, or is there something more going on? Let's start with signals versus symbols. Animals are great communicators, but they are stuck in the right now. I mean, your dog will let you know when it's unhappy or hungry or wants to go outside. A bird sings when the sun comes up or because there's a predator nearby, but it's speaking to the now. We do something different. We talk about abstract ideas like justice or honor or peace. These aren't about things you can touch. These aren't imminent threats. These are ideas. So you would call them symbols, right? Symbols for something. And we build our whole lives around them. Ideology, is a big thing right now, right? And it's not new. Marcus Aurelius was talking about different ideas and ways of living, and so was Martin Luther King, right? This has been part of the human experience for as long as we have a history of the human experience. Our ability to use language in this way suggests that we may be something more than just really smart animals. The piece that has always stood out to me was creativity. And this would be another way to look at this is building for meaning. You can build things or you can create things, but the artist has to give something meaning. When a beaver builds a dam, it's instinct. It's generation after generation, and the dams look pretty much the same the world over, as far as we can tell. And you could look at it as a survival app that has never changed. But humans don't just build for utility. We build for meaning. We build to create beauty. We don't just want a roof. We want a beautiful roof, depending on our resources, right? Beautiful cathedrals all over the planet. We build monuments that have nothing to do with our survival, right? They are to honor someone or to inspire. That's different. Animals don't do that. When we create something, just because it's beautiful or whatever, it's because we want to communicate something, right? Often we want to tell a story. The next item is our agency, our ability to say no for a higher reason. In the animal world, the gut is boss. It's all about feeding, fighting, and romancing in the animal world. And Freud talked about that for humans, but humans have something that animals don't. If an animal is hungry, it eats. If it wants to protect its territory, it fights. It doesn't negotiate a contract. And as far as romancing, it doesn't worry about overpopulation or whether or not it has the resources to provide for the consequence of romancing. Humans have this unique veto power that we refer to as agency. A person can choose to go on a fast or a protest or something because they believe in something. They'll stay in a dangerous spot to help a friend, not necessarily they'll help a stranger, so there's no survival benefit other than it's the right thing to do. So we are more capable of overriding our own biological programming to do what we believe is right. Socrates talked about this in his writings and was a living example when he chose to die for his beliefs. We're not just reacting to our environment when we make a conscious choice to do the right thing. We're in the driver's seat. And we might have a great co-pilot for those of you who are more involved in this way of thinking already. But regardless, the animal reacts. The human doesn't have to react. It can be more strategic, more planful, denying comfort in the now for reward in the future. Now, the fourth item, now I do have a background in counseling and psychology, so this is one that's near and dear to me, is the nature of our defenses and how they impact our resilience in difficult times. When things get chaotic, animals will, there's a fire or flood or whatever, animals will go hide in a cave or a hole or something, right? And humans do the same. We'll use our creativity to create a more intricate physical defense against danger. But I don't think that animals, there's no evidence that they engage in psychological defenses to protect them from discomfort. An animal doesn't lie to themselves to avoid the pain of the truth, does it? I mean, we certainly don't have any evidence of that. Humans are notorious for denying what's right in front of them because they don't want their circumstances to change. The whole mental health field is built around pathological defenses versus healthy defenses. And the difference is basically, if you explore psychological defenses, the ones that are pathological are the ones that keep you trapped in a bad situation that's taking you down a bad road. And a healthy defense mechanism helps you cope with things you cannot change. And I'll leave it at that because that is a deep dive for sure. But if you want to develop resilience, which is what we call a healthy psychological state, or another term for it, it's about knowing the difference between defenses that keep you bouncing back. Think of resilience as a cork in the ocean that keeps popping up, right? Are you made of cork? Are you light? Are you without the kinds of defenses that would keep you anchored in a bad place, right? Resilience helps you cope with difficulties. There are animals that are more resilient than others. That's true. It's just that humans, they demonstrate a much greater capacity for psychological resilience in the face of difficulties and pain than animals do. And perhaps our creativity plays a part in that. So, to summarize this shorter video, unlike other species, we have demonstrated over time that we're able to go beyond our biology. We don't have to stay stuck in our instincts or our fears. We can use the equipment we were born with to look past the chaos, analyze what's true, and choose a path that actually means something to us. We don't have to be animals just trying to stay alive. We can be something else entirely. It's really up to us what we do with the gifts that we were born with. Who we think we are is, in the end, who we become. Anyway, I do appreciate you stopping by. If you like what you heard, hit the like and subscribe buttons. And then, I guess we'll catch you next time. Thanks for stopping by.